Good evening, my friends. Welcome you all on the season 4 of this फिर वही शाम बस आपके ही नाम. सीए स्टूडेंट्स, चाहे फाइनल के हो, चाहे इंटर के हो, चाहे पुराने सिलेबस आईपीसीसी के हो, direct tax, and direct tax has always been a very, very vast subject to prepare and precisely for CA final, whether it was old syllabus or whether it is new syllabus. और बहुत लोग मुझे मिलते और कहते कि सर ये पढ़े तो कैसे पढ़े. Believe me, with this new syllabus, the new paper pattern, things are changing now. Things are changing and to pass it now very, very easy. एक शेर में बता देता हूं यहां पे कि क्या बदल चुका है. And if you follow these guidelines, how best you can score it, इसके कनेक्शन में ये शेर है, सुन लीजिएगा कि मंजिलें नहीं रास्ते जरूर बदलते हैं. आपकी मंजिल क्या है? सीए. मंजिलें नहीं रास्ते जरूर बदलते हैं. अरे जगा लो ये जज्बा, तो ये लकीरें बदले ना बदले वक्त जरूर बदलता है. और आने वाली एग्जाम नवंबर 2019 के लिए आपका वक्त बदल चुका है पुरानी एग्जाम्स के कंपैरिजन में. इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स ने मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस आपके डायरेक्ट टैक्स के पेपर के अंदर रख दिए हैं. 30 मार्क्स. एंड बिलीव मी, देयर इज ए ऑलरेडी ऑनलाइन MCQ software I have prepared. There are thousands of multiple choice questions given. You can practice it, get the immediate score, and you can always go ahead. I welcome Mr. Arjun Desai from Valsad. Hello. And along with that, I want to tell you that this new pattern removes all hurdles, all obstacles, all your difficulties and all your odds to go patiently and perfectly and persistently into your scoring of +60. आप पूछेंगे सर ये कैसे होगा? How is it possible? Trust me, out of 30 marks, if you practice this online MCQs which I am providing, not less than 22 to 25 marks you're bound to get out of 30. You need to practice, that's all. Once that is done, I welcome Yashwara on this फिर वही शाम बस आपके ही नाम. And I was talking on this issue, how to make your score from 20 to around 25 out of 30 in this MCQ is very, very important. Yes, Mr. Chinmay Pathak, you are welcome to this particular show of Fir Wahi Sham, dedicated to direct tax. And I am providing this online MCQs software for you to try out. You get immediate scores and you can keep a trend on this as to what has been your progress in the next 8 weeks, my dear friend. Today is 1st of September, whole October. That's the time you have. And if this particular 8 weeks if you utilize, believe me, you will have wonders in this. The remaining 70 marks are still to be covered. And out of 70, if you get almost like 30 or 35, you are done. You are almost reaching 55 to 60 marks in direct tax. Remember, this May 19 results which have come, they are much, much better than the earlier 2 attempts. The reason, if you will ask me, the reason is the multiple choice questions. And these multiple choice questions, You do it from a hard textbook. They are static, they will not change. One time you do it, second time the same answer repeats to you. The online MCQs gives at random the permutations and combinations of not only the questions, but within that the options, the A, B, C, D also changes. And that's the real fun. Today, I'm giving you the tips and the tricks to clear this direct tax at the CA final or at the CA interlevel. And seeing is believing. Once you put your hands and just go through one topic, two topics, and 5 and 10 topics in the coming next 8 weeks, because your exams scheduled in November. So whole September and October at your disposals. Get out of that 30. Get out of that 30, 22 to 25. The remaining 30, 35, if you score out of the balance 70 narrative questions, your battle is already gone. And the proof is in the pudding that May 2019 results are in front of you. And I give the credit of a higher results is because the paper pattern has completely changed. Now, coming to an issue, in the next 8-9 weeks, sir, if I am appearing for both the groups or I am appearing for my second group and particularly the direct tax, how should I prepare? My dear friend, in the season 4, I am repeating once again that you need to do a ABC analysis. You need to do ABC analysis. Because certain are very important, certain are less important, and certain topics are least important. And in that, I am once again giving you today a tip. The group A should be your sources of income, starting with the PGBP, meaning profits and gains from business and profession. Along with that, related topics to the PGBP are the MAT and the AMT. Along with that, you will go through the capital gains. You will go through the income from other sources. You call it as IFOS, income from other sources. You take it is your exempted incomes of section 10, because some of them do appear in the adjustments. I welcome all my friends who are joining right now. Is Ashish Mehta, Amrish Patel, everybody. Thank you for giving your special time. But in this, what I was emphasizing was the online MCQs. The online MCQs softwares in which I have provided all these direct tax multiple choice questions wins your battle from 22 marks to 25 marks out of 30, and the remaining 70 marks from where even if you get the 30, you are already 55 plus. So my dear friend, in this group A, when we talk of PGBP, when we talk about MAT, AMT, we talk about capital gains, we talk about income from other sources, and especially exempted incomes under section 10. The B group, and the most important group as far as the final CA is concerned, my dear friend, is assessment procedure. And the assessment procedure, beginning from filing of returns, last night you completed your first deadline, 31st August. Extended from 31st July to 31st August. You saw that the filing of returns, the types of returns, and then followed by various types of assessments, from a self-assessment going on to reassessments, scrutiny assessment, best judgment assessments, and finally the block assessment, which is a follow-up action of a search and seizure. Not only that, related topic under that second group very important ABC analysis में जो second group में assessment procedure के अंदर important topic है वो appeals and revisions. appeals revisions followed by settlement commission. And ultimately, in this assessment, what happens and what comes are your penalties and prosecutions. This is the second core group, my dear friend. Just can't afford to omit this. The first I said, there was a second one, and thirdly, and a very important one, and more important in the relevant global things that are happening around us in Asia versus the Western. And that's the case of the international taxation. I all welcome once again those friends who are joining and taking your time to watch this Firvo Hisham. I'm telling you, in this international taxation, what is important is AAR, Authority of Advanced Ruling, DTAA, Double Tax Avoidance Agreements. Third, transfer pricing, my dear friend. And fourth, the income assessment of non-resident and the income assessment of the NRI, the non-resident Indians. This is the third core group. Apart from that, what is still important for you is to focus upon are the taxations of the different entities. जो अलग अलग एंटाइटीज है, इनका असेसमेंट किस प्रकार से होता है, तो एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे ले लो, 3 प्रकार के ट्रस्ट है. There are 3 types of trust. 1 charitable trust, 1 business trust, and 1 securitization trust. How these trusts are being assessed is an important element, and more so important when we are having the InvIT and REIT taking up a huge pace of its development. Therefore, assessment of this business trust is also an area to be focused for November 2019. Not only that, in this assessment of entities, you have a second group which is called taxation of companies and taxations of firms, LLPs. And you saw recently what changes came in the initial preliminary budget, then came into a subsequent budget in the month of June, July, and recently the booster package that came from the Finance Ministry tells us what are the recent changes that have been brought. An eye has been kept of inviting and welcoming the foreign investments from the FII. And that's the area through which we are trying to bring in some force of movement into our economy. You can't ignore this for your November 2019 because this has already come very recently. I also tell you a case where you should focus upon how many groups? The first group I said ABC analysis में पहला ग्रुप जिसकी मैंने जिक्र किया था वो था सारे sources of income जिसके अंदर MAT, AMT along with the PGBP, along with your capital gains. What was important and still important is the case of assessment procedures, appeals, revisions, search, seizures, settlement commissions, penalties, prosecutions. That was second group. Third, I said, was the international tax starting with AAR, DTAA, and coming back to transfer pricing, assessment of non-resident as well as assessment of non-resident Indians. And finally, I came back to this taxation of different entities beginning from charitable trust to the trust called business trust, to the trust called securitization trust, to the companies, the firms, the LLPs. And now, coming back to the last miscellaneous topics which bound to appear in one or the other way by way of your adjustments are: number 1, the clubbing of income; number 2, the advance tax; number 3, the TDS; and number 4, the set off and carry forward of the losses. ये चार चीजें कहीं ना कहीं किसी न किसी प्रॉब्लम में एडजस्टमेंट के तौर पे जरूर आ सकती है. तो मैंने बताया कि your split up is now 30 marks MCQs versus 70 marks narrative. Focus on 30, get 20 to 25. How do you get it? I gave you the answer. There is an online MCQ software available from my site. Thousands of questions of MCQs have been put in. You at your home, you on your mobile can attempt as many exams you want to attempt, and subsequently you have a record of how much you made a progress in the last 5 tests or not. 22 to 25 should be your average. If 30 out of 30 is an exceptional, you are all right. But let's say 75%, 22 to anywhere 25 you get, you are done. Because the remaining 70 narrative will give you a scope to get a balanced 30 to 35. And add up these MCQs plus narratives, you have already crossed a level of 55 to 57 and sometimes 60. And this is absolutely possible, and people have done it in May 2019, and that's the reason why the results of May 2019 are far, far better than what you saw earlier. I also talked to you, my dear friend, on this last issue that most of us give a lot of importance on reading, but my dear friend, our exams are not oral exams. Our exams are not Viva exams. Our exams at CA level are written exams. So what you know, you should be able to reproduce. What you know, you should be precisely, concisely in the best vocabularies. You should be able to describe it, and in the least time, you should be able to get the attention of the examiner who is assessing your particular paper. हमने देखा है घर में अगर शादी होती है तो लोग वो जो संगीत की जो इवेंट होती है उसके लिए कई दिनों से प्रैक्टिस कराते, कोरियोग्राफर को बुलाते, रिहर्सल्स होते हैं, ग्रैंड रिहर्सल होता है, एंड देन फाइनली यू गिव ए डांस प्रोग्राम इन दैट संगीत संध्या ऑफ दैट मैरिज इवेंट. दिस इज वेरी वेल सीन. अब यही चीज मैं आपके सीए फाइनल एग्जाम के लिए लाता हूं. आपको पेपर लिखना है 3 घंटे का, ये आपका फाइनल इवेंट है. तो क्या आपने इसका रिहर्सल किया? क्या आपने 3-3 घंटे वाली 3 एग्जाम घर पे दी? No, you don't. You read. You merely read and only read, and straight away on the final day, for the first time in your life, you go and start writing. And then you expect that you should get full marks. Why you are not getting your passing in that particular subject? The reason is you need to write your exams 3 hours paper 3 times before you go for your November 2019 exam. If you can do this and get it evaluated from your professors who teach tax, and if not, then you can always approach it on the online. As I said, I'm providing the online MCQ software for the direct tax. Thousands of questions have been put. You can practice as many times as you want, and you will be able to get your scores. I did the ABC analysis today of all the topics on which you have to focus. And finally, the last tip I am telling you, that you need to write 3 papers of 3 hours before your November 2019 exams. अगर ये तरीका आपने बदला है तो आपका गोल क्या है? CA बनने का. What you want to become is CA. That's your ultimate goal. उस गोल को रुकाने के लिए बीच में कोई नहीं आ सकता है. हाँ, जो 3 ट्रायल में अगर पास होने वाले हैं, शायद इसी की तरह फर्स्ट ट्रायल में हो जाएंगे अगर ये फॉलो करेंगे. जो फर्स्ट ट्रायल में पास होने वाले थे उनको एग्जामिनेशंस मिल जाएगी, या जो उसके भी ऊपर लेवल वाले थे, एवरेज थे, पासिंग एवरीथिंग, विल आर लाइकली टू गेट रैंक्स, and those who are getting ranks will become toppers in the subjects. My dear friend, therefore, जो बात मैंने अभी बताई थी उसे दोहरा रहा हूं आपके लिए कि मंजिलें नहीं, रास्ते जरूर बदलते हैं. What is your manzil? The CA. But how you get it, whether you get it first attempt, second attempt, directly, or with good scores, or with rank, is you to decide. मंजिले नहीं रास्ते जरूर बदलते हैं, जगा लो जीतने का जज्बा, तो ये लकीरें बदले ना बदले वक्त जरूर बदलता है. You need to redefine your roadmap of preparing your direct tax for November 2019. I said you need to do by yourself the ABC analysis. हाँ, एक चीज और भी ध्यान रखिए, जब आप डायरेक्ट टैक्स का प्रिपरेशन करते हैं तो नोटबुक में टॉपिक वाइज जो जो आपके हो गए, टॉपिक खत्म होने के बाद आप उस टॉपिक के इंपॉर्टेंट लैंडमार्क एंड रीसेंट, दोनों शब्द अलग है. लैंडमार्क यानी ऐतिहासिक है, रीसेंट यानी अभी अभी जो आए हैं वो. दोनों केसेस का एक लिस्ट बना दो. मान लो पीजीबीबी मेरा टॉपिक हो गया तो एक पन्ना लेकर मैंने एक नोटबुक में पीजीबी के सारे केस के नाम लिख दिए, और जैसे नाम लिखता हूं मुझे उसकी मैटर याद रहनी चाहिए. Not only that, you also write down the important section numbers. आज अगर नींद में से कोई भी उठा ले और आपको पूछे भाई सेक्शन 35 means section 35 is nothing but R&D. If somebody says, sir, what is 44 AD and AE? You should be able to tell this is simply nothing but related to your minimum tax requirements under which you are likely to not to maintain your books, but you have to just declare your total income, and based on that your tax will be charged. So my dear friends, ये important बात ये है कि आप ये जो बताई गई टिप्स पे फोकस कीजिए. पहली टिप थी फोकस ऑन एमसीक्यू. नंबर 2 टिप थी आपके लिए एबीसी एनालिसिस के मुताबिक जो इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स है उस पे फोकस कीजिए. तीसरी टिप थी you need to write 3 exams before your November 2019. 3 exams. Get it evaluated from whosoever it is, and you will be. And the fourthly important issue is go with confidence, because the more you write, the better the paper would be on that day. If you do not have the writing practice, you are going to have lot of difficult time at this time. So at this end, my dear friend, I am winding up my today's session by telling you and repeating my same share कि ये सारी चीज करेंगे तो मंजिलें नहीं रास्ते जरूर बदलते हैं. मंजिलें नहीं रास्ते जरूर बदलते हैं. अरे जगा लो जीतने का जज्बा, तो ये लकीरें बदले न बदले वक्त जरूर बदलता है. My dear friends, wishing you everybody a very very happy Ganesh Chaturthi, and I will be there with you for the next 9 Sundays, every Sunday at 3 p.m. My next Sunday's topic is going to be the capital gains. On capital gains we will be discussing on 8th of September, Sunday at 3 p.m. Till that, have a nice weekend, enjoy this weekend holidays. Thank you everybody.